Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode, as you can see on screen, I'm going to speak about Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode one. I was about to say season one, but there is only one season at the moment. And yes, this episode is going to work a little bit differently because there is no trailer for it, which I would normally play around about now. So it's going to be a shorter episode than usual, but so that means that I will so Rob Beckett Smart TV. My reviews for this are in the old format, so they're obviously going to be a little bit shorter. But obviously, if this goes out when I want it to, you will have had my review for Boom and my preview for 73 Yards earlier. There'll be this episode and hopefully um, an animated episode as well. Um, yeah, you will get an animated episode as well. Um, So, yes, without further ado, here is my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV, Episode 1. Here it is. So we have the title sequence. Rob introduces this episode's team. Stacey Dooley talks about being a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing, as does Jamie Lang, as they have both participated in Strictly Come Dancing. Footage from Jamie on Celebrity Bake Off and Stand Up to Cancer is shown. Some of Tovey's previous acting roles are shown. Alison Hammond's team get the first question correct even. Alison's team choose to answer questions on Take Me Out. John Richardson attempts a Take Me Out entrance, as does Russell Tavoy and Jamie Lang. Jamie Lang's attempt includes dancing on a table. Rob reveals something about someone he has slept with. Alison's team get their first Take Me Out question incorrect. Alison talks about a Disneyland encounter. Stace reveals that her boyfriend has Star Wars luggage. Alison's team currently has 2 points. A scene from Alison's stint on Big Brother is shown. John reveals his Big Brother plan. Josh's team get their first Big Brother question incorrect. Josh's team get their second Big Brother question correct. Is that the right way around? Yes. Alison reveals that she has never been sacked. John confesses that he was outvoted by the other members of his team. Jamie compliments Josh's TV knowledge. Rob reads some French words in a French accent. Alison's team. Sorry about that. Is that important? No, nothing interesting. Sorry about that. I probably should have had it off. But anyway, let's get back to review. Alison reveals she has never been sacked. No, missed that. I'll just find my place again. I just have my phone on, just in case someone rings me. That's why. So apologies. Alison's team gets the next question incorrect. Josh's team gets the next question correct. Stacey recounts a review she was given. Josh's team get the next question correct. John gets annoyed at the inaccuracy of a visual graphic for a question. Alison's team get the next question correct. The final round contains a selection of quickfire questions, and Josh's team wins this episode. That is my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 1. So let me know what you thought about it if you watched it. My review, if you didn't, you can do both or either both of those things in the comments below, as well as any review suggestions. That could be a TV show, a movie, or something completely different, as the name of the channel is the Everything Podcast and not just strictly limited to reviews. It could be anything you would want me to talk about as well. So put those in the comments below. And you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast. And in today's episode, I'm reviewing Rob Beckett episode 2 because it's only one season. There's no need for seasons for a show that I'm only going to do. There's one season that I'll be doing the same on the animated side for Gen V and Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And some other bits. Oh yes, like the Flash Escape the Midnight Circus. It's one series. But yes, without further ado, this is I think I mentioned in the last Rob Beckett Smart TV episode that this review that I wrote when I wrote it, I was doing it in the old format, so it's going to be a shorter episode, and there is no trailer, so it's going to be kind of what the old episodes used to be, but everything else will be a bit longer, 5+ minutes. This might be about 5 minutes, to be honest, I don't know. Without further ado, here's my review for Rob Beckett's Smart TV, Episode 2. We have the title sequence. Rob introduces the show as well as this episode's teams. Nicola Coughlan compares being famous to being a dog on the London Underground. Nicola talks about Kim Kardashian's bottom. Natasha Dimitriou talks about the differences between the UK and the US. Um, a scene, because I read two sentences, so it didn't quite make sense. A scene from Daniel Macy's role in EastEnders is shown. Alison pretends she isn't from Birmingham. Rob tests Richard Ayoade's TV knowledge. Josh's team get the first question correct. Josh's team choose to answer questions on Made in Chelsea. Nicola talks about being an extra on Made in Chelsea. Josh mentions his special neck pillow. Josh's team get their first maiden question. Uh, no maiden question. Let's try that again. I've just come up with a new show. Josh's team get their first maiden Chelsea question. Correct. Josh's team get their second maiden Chelsea question correct. Nicola talks about swimming with a dog. Alison's team get their first casualty question incorrect. Alison's team complain about their questions not being multiple choice. Alison's team get their second casualty question correct. Josh's team get their next question correct. Alison's team get their next question incorrect. Daniel takes on the entirety of Josh's team in the next round, with the winner earning 3 points. Josh's team wins the round. The final round is a selection of quickfire questions, and this episode's winners are Josh's team. So yes, as I mentioned, this would be a short episode because there is no trailer, and yes, it's in the old format. But yeah, so that will probably, I would imagine, be the only show that is going to be like that, and the only reviews that are going to be in the old format. But all the other reviews are going to be longer. And fun fact, this episode actually did better than I thought it would. Well, the episode one, obviously, because this one hasn't come out yet. From when I'm recording this, obviously. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. Actually, it was the day where I dropped the Boom review and 73 Yards preview episode. I dropped obviously the review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 1, and there was an animated episode of Extraordinary, so there was 3 episodes. And that was just because kind of I'd fallen behind on the Doctor Who stuff, and that needed to come out with 73 Yards coming out. So, yes, let me know what you thought about Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 2 if you watched it, my review if you didn't. And also, remember, and you can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, you what was I saying? Yes. And remember, you can suggest me. You can put something else in the comments. You can do a TV show review suggestion, a movie review suggestion, or something completely different. As the name of the channel is everything. Keyword there. And remember, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode, I'll be reviewing Rob Beckett's Smart TV Episode 3. Now, similar to the other Rob Beckett's Smart TV episodes, these episodes are going to be a little bit shorter because there is no trailer, and the cast list is a bit different, and there's no writer or director or synopsis. So, there is a cast list actually. So, Rob Beckett's Smart TV Episode 3 stars Rob Beckett, Josh Widdicombe, Alison Hammond, Natasha Dimitriou, K.L. Smith-Biner, Roman Kemp, and David Morrissey, and it was released on the 14th of March 2024. My opinion this episode is I love the team introductions, like the round where Kyle takes on Alison's team, and I enjoyed the entire episode. Without further ado, here's my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV Episode 3. We have the title sequence. Rob introduces this episode's teams. Josh and Rob reference The Last Leg, which is a show that Josh is a co-host on. Rob talks to David about his role in The Walking Dead. Rob talks to Kyle about his habit of not finishing shows. David has watched all of the episodes of Sopranos except for the series finale. David talks about his favourite shows. Rob talks to Natasha about her role in What We Do in the Shadows. Roman shows how he presents the one show, which, if you're outside the UK, is kind of it's a Monday to Friday half an hour interview show, kind of. So they have like pre-recorded bits and live bits as well. I think it's kind of like recorded live, if that makes sense. Kind of like how the podcast is actually, because it's I don't live stream it. do I? But I record it live. I don't take out any bits because I think that's part of it. An integral part of it. Anyway, back to the review. Josh's team get the first question correct. Josh's team choose to answer questions on Hollyoaks. Josh's team get their first Hollyoaks question incorrect. Josh's team also get the second Hollyoaks question incorrect. Natasha compares Sex in the City to her life. Alison's team get their first Sex in the City question incorrect. Alison's team get to their second Sex in the City question correct. The teams have to answer a question about Line of Duty. The scene from Line of Duty is shown. Josh and David perform a scene with both the potential actors. Alison's team get the Line of Duty question correct. Josh's team get the Line of Duty question incorrect. Kyle takes on the entirety of Alison's team on Buffy the Vampire Slayer questions. Kyle wins this round. The final round is a selection of quickfire questions, and Alison's team are this episode's winners. That is my review of Rob Beckett episode 3. So like I said at the start of this episode is going to be shorter, mainly because there isn't a trailer as well as there isn't a writer, director, or synopsis as well. And obviously it is quite long, but it's because it's rounds, like you can't, like Neighbours for example, my reviews would be longer, even though like it would, the Rob Beckett Spark TV episodes are nearly 40 minutes long. Neighbours is only 22. But there's more going on in Neighbours because it's the shorter scenes, whereas with rounds, there's only so much you can talk about, which is what I tried to do. So let me know what you thought about Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 3. If you watched it, my review, if you didn't, and you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show or a movie suggestion or something completely different. And remember, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing Rob Beckett Smart TV episode 4, not episode 5, as I thought in the previous episode, which released at 8:30am GMT. I was reviewing, or continuing to review Neighbours as I attempt to close that gap, which I will do eventually, but it's just going to take a while to get there, with there being the equivalent of a 90-minute film every week. So yeah, this episode, because there is no trailer and there's no writer, director, synopsis, is going to be a little bit shorter anyway. Well, a lot shorter actually. But before I get to my review and my opinion on the episode and the release date, it's time for the cast. So we have Rob Beckett, Josh Widdicombe and Alison Hammond, who start in all 8 episodes. This is episode 4. The first 3 episodes were non-animated, and because I've shuffled it all around so I can actually catch up on Neighbours, then that's why I'm doing it as an animated, they're being animated now. This episode's guests are Natasha Demetrio, Charlie Cooper, Chris Packham and Natalie Cassidy. This episode was released on the 21st of March 2024. My opinion of this episode is I loved the first round, I enjoyed the final round, and I liked the showdown round. We start off with the title sequence. Rob introduces this episode's team. Rob speaks to Chris about his nature shows. Rob speaks to Natalie about EastEnders. Ruby? No, that's Rob speaks to Charlie about this country. Charlie's TV hero is Chris. Charlie doesn't like This Morning. This Morning is one of the shows Alison presents. Alison suggests that Charlie should present This Morning. Alison's team get the first question correct. Alison's team choose to answer questions on Stranger Things. Charlie talks about working with family members on this country. Alison's team get their first Stranger Things question correct. Alison talks about wearing a banana outfit. Alison's team get their second Stranger Things question correct. Alison receives some Bake Off, which is another show she presents, behind the scenes secrets. Alison talks about a car journey with Paul Hollywood, who is one of the judges on Bake Off. Rob mentions his Hollywood handshake on Celebrity Bake Off to stand up to cancer. Josh's team get their first Bake Off question incorrect. Josh's team also get the second Bake Off question incorrect. Josh's team get the next question incorrect. Alison's team get the next question correct. Charlie takes on Alison's team with the questions being based on The Simpsons. Charlie wins the round. The final round of this episode is a selection of quickfire questions like it is with every episode of Rob Beckett Smart TV, and this episode's winners are Josh's team. So that is my review of Rob Beckett Smart TV episode 4, not episode 5. The next episode of the Everything Podcast will be a preview for Row, which I've already recorded and is actually already on my channel but just needs to be released. So that's what's coming up in the next episode of the podcast. So let me know what you thought of Rob Beckett Smart TV episode 4 if you watched it, my review if you didn't, and remember you can remember to put both of your thoughts on those things in the comments below, as well as anything you want to from the channel. It could be a TV show, a movie suggestion, or something completely different. It could be a TV, it could, no, I've already said that. It could be a comic, it could be a book, it could be a newspaper, it could be whatever you would like, or something completely different that isn't anything like that. And remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. But that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'll be reviewing episode 5 of Rob Beckett's Smart TV. So as I mentioned in the last episode, which premiered yesterday around about 10 a.m. British, or if you're being specific, Greenwich Mean Time is what GMT stands for, but anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm now going to put trailers at the end of the episode instead of at the beginning. But as I mentioned in that episode, there is no trailer for Rob Beckett's Smart TV. So find out what the next episode of the Everything Podcast is going to be with the trailer for it at the end of the episode. But back to Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 5. So this episode stars Rob Beckett, Alison Hammond, Josh Widdicombe, who are in every episode, as well as this episode's guest, Natasha Dimitri, who's in the last episode as well, Anna Maxwell Martin, Kush Jumbo, and Ramesh Ranganathan. This episode was released on the 28th of March 2024. My opinion of this episode is I loved the opening round, I enjoyed the final round, and I liked the entire episode. Without further ado, here's my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 5. We have the title sequence, and Rob introduces this episode's teams. Alison talks about her last encounter with Ramesh at a holiday park. Ramesh mentions how he would treat Alison if they were in a relationship. Kush talks about the origin of her name. Natasha insults the show that Rob and Ramesh present, which is together, which is, I think it's Rob and Ramesh versus, I think, which I will review at some point. It's all going to be a while away. Anna watches Married at First Sight, which I'm also going to review, but again, that is a while away. Ramesh explains and demonstrates how the couples meet each other on Married at First Sight. Alison's team get their first question correct. Kush desires to never be a contestant, and I'm Celebrity Get Out of Here. That I'm Celebrity Get Out of Here is not currently on my list. If you would like it to be, put a comment saying
something along the lines of please review I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, something along that, and I will add that to the list. Natisha also wants to never appear on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Natisha insults the celebrities that appear on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Anna talks about reassuring her daughter when getting on a train by herself. Alison's team choose to answer questions on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Alison's team get their first I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here question correct. Rob believes he will be a contestant on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here in 9 years. Ramesh pledges to give £1,000 to charity if Alison's team get this question correct. Alison's team get the second I'm a Celebrity question correct, meaning that Ramesh will have to give £1,000 to the Liver Cancer Trust. Josh also pledges to donate £1,000 to the Liver Cancer Trust. Josh's team have to answer questions on Antiques Roadshow. Josh's team get their first Antiques Roadshow question correct. Josh's team get their second Antiques Roadshow question correct. Kush expresses her love for Coronation Street. Alison asks Kush if she would appear in Coronation Street if she was asked to. Both Kush and Anna would love to appear in Coronation Street. The next round involves both teams having to figure out who they believe the real actor from the given scene is. Josh confesses that he has previously been in both a tram and a train crash. Josh explains the events of both of these crashes. Both teams ask both potential actors a variety of questions. Alison's team get this question incorrect. Josh's team get this question correct. Alison mentions being shot by her son with a Nerf gun. Alison's team get the next question incorrect. Josh's team get the next question correct. The final round features a selection of quickfire questions, and this episode's winners are Alison's team. That is my review of Beckett Smart TV episode 5. Next time on the Everything Podcast, I'll be reviewing the Neighbours episode released on the 24th of January. From 24, here is the Neighbours trailer.
Gosh, lots happened in the last 2 years.
All roads lead back to Ramsey Street.
I'm back! Some things never change.
I do really want to know more about you.
Sounds like a pretty close-knit neighbourhood.
Hello, everyone.
Yoo-hoo. Maybe the ad should have said overly friendly neighbour.
You got our daughter involved in this?
You just got to give it a go.
Well, we found a date on the calendar and went for it.
I want you to find out exactly what she's been doing since she's been here.
Why would she not make her presence known?
Because she is a spy.
I'm worried about what I'll say. I'm worried that there'll be no coming back from it.
She's one amazing woman.
I have been keeping something from you.
It's about Harold. I can't make it stop.
Why didn't you tell me who you are?
You're not having second thoughts about today, are you?
Oh, no, let's not play it again. That was the trailer for Neighbours. As I said, that's what's coming up in the next episode of the Everything Podcast. So, yes, let me know what you thought about episode 5 of Rob Beckett Smart TV in the comments below. If you watched it, my review, if you didn't, as I said, both of your thoughts on those in the comments below, as well as anything you want me to cover in the channel. It could be a TV show, a movie suggestion, it could be a newspaper article, it could be a book, it could be a comic, it could be something completely non-related, or not related even, to entertainment. It could be anything. Put those recommendations and review suggestions in the comments below as well. As remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 6. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this episode stars Rob Beckett, Alison Hammond, Josh Widdicombe, Joe Thomas, Greg Wallace, Alan Davies and Ruth Madeley. This episode was released on the 4th of April 2024. My opinion of this episode is I love the first round even. I liked the super fan round and I enjoyed the final round. But without further ado, here is my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 6. We have the title sequence and Rob introduces this episode's team. Job talks about his last encounter with Alison. Joe also talks about his love for MasterChef, which Greg is a judge on. Greg forgets that Alison was a contestant on Celebrity MasterChef. Alan talks about being mistaken for James May, who has previously been a host on Top Gear and is currently hosting co-hosting the Grand Tour, which I'll be reviewing both of them at a later date, but it will be coming eventually. Greg and Alison talk about their contrasting experiences on Strictly Come Dancing. Joe and Ruth talk about working with each other on Fresh Meat. Ruth talks about her dad joining her while she is filming on set. Rob talks about working on I'm a Celebrity Extra, which is like the spin-off, like analysis show thing that they used to do for it. Josh's team get the first question correct. Josh's team choose to answer questions on Britain's Got Talent. Rob, Josh and Alan talk about performing at the Royal Variety Performance, it takes place, I think it's December, and there's loads of it's a variety show. Josh's team get their first Britain's Got Talent question correct. Josh's team get their second Britain's Got Talent question correct. Alison's team get their first Happy Valley question correct. Alison's team get their second Happy Valley question correct. Joe talks about performing a stunt on the In-Betweeners, which I will also, I've reviewed the first episode, I'll be reviewing the rest of those at some point soon. Within the next round, the teams have to guess who the background actor on Doctor Who is from two potential actors. Now, I think just like most of these episodes, it's just just me plugging future episodes. But Doctor Who, obviously, modern Doctor Who, so series 1 to series 13 is all on the channel, plus the 60 specials. And obviously, season 1 is currently being broadcast, and I will be doing classic Doctor Who as well as Class, which I've started, Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventure, which are the spin-offs as well. Is from two. Let me read that sentence again. Within the next round, the teams have to guess who the background actor on Doctor Who is from two potential actors. The teams ask both potential actors a variety of questions. Alan and Ruth talk about having a stunt double. Alison's team get their question correct. Josh's team get their question incorrect. Josh and Joe go head to head in the next round to find out who is the biggest superfan of Jonathan Creek and Alan is, or used to be, the lead of that show. The winner of the round gets to keep a costume item from Jonathan Creek. Josh wins the round and the authentic costume item from Jonathan Creek. The final round features a selection of quick fire questions, and this episode's winners are Josh's team. So yes, that is my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 6. Next time on the Everything Podcast, the Neighbours episode released on the 25th of January 2024. But before I go, here is the Neighbours trailer.
Gosh, lots happened in the last 2 years.
All roads lead back to Ramsey Street. I'm back!
Some things never change.
I do really want to know more about you. Sounds like a pretty close-knit neighborhood. Hello, everyone.
Maybe the ad should have said overly friendly neighbour.
You got a daughter involved in this?
You just gotta give it a go.
Well, we found a date on the calendar and went for it.
I want you to find out exactly what she's been doing since she's been here.
Why would she not make her presence known?
Because she is a spy.
I'm worried about what I'll say. I'm worried that there'll be no coming back from it.
She's one amazing woman.
I have been keeping something from you.
It's about Harold. I can't make it stop.
Why didn't you tell me who you are?
You're not having second thoughts about today, are you?
that was the trailer for Neighbours, and you would have realised that for every Neighbours episode I'm previewing in the episode before, you will have noticed I'm using the same trailer. That's because there's three. That the one that I keep showing, one which is a specific week which I'll be using in the next couple of episodes. No, not this one, after the next one. In the next couple, and it'll make sense. And then there's one which was released for the May episodes, but obviously we're a long way away from that. Yeah. So, let me know what you thought about Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 6. If you watched it, my if you didn't, and you can put both of those, both of your thoughts, your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show or a movie suggestion, or something completely different, a book, a comic, some news about your favourite show or movie that you would like me to talk about, a newspaper, something completely unrelated to entertainment. Let me know, put all of those in the comments below as well. And remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 7, but before I get there it's time for the cast list. So we have the, not the main cast, but the people that are in every episode, which is Rob Beckett, Alison Hammond and Josh Widdicombe, and in this episode they are joined by Joel Dommett, Jason Fox, Nathaniel Curtis and Hermione Norris. This episode was released on the 11th of April 2024. My opinion of this episode is I loved the first round, I enjoyed the penultimate round, and I liked the final round. But without further ado, here's my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 7. We have the title sequence, and Rob introduces this episode's teams. Jason talks about the other team members in the opposing team's chances of completing the SAS selection process. Jason calls Josh weak. Hermione talks about her role in Spooks. Joel talks about presenting the Masked Singer. Alison's team get the first question correct. Alison's team choose to answer questions on Come Dine With Me. Alison and Nathaniel talk about cooking. Nathaniel talks about his experience on the Great Celebrity Bake Off for Stand Up to Cancer. Alison confesses that she didn't watch Bake Off prior to her becoming one of the presenters. Alison's team get their first Come Dine With Me question correct. Alison's team get their second Come Dine With Me question incorrect. Alison's team get the bonus question correct. Josh's team gets the bonus question incorrect. Alison's team attempt to fit whisks inside their mouths. Josh attempts to do the same. Rob explains the premise of Succession. Josh's team get their first Succession question correct. Josh's team get their second Succession question correct. Rob and the teams talk about how well they would do in prison. Alison's team get the next question correct. Josh's team get the next question incorrect. Alison's team win the next round. The final round includes a selection of quickfire questions, and this episode's winners are Alison's team. And that is my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 7. So next time on the Everything Podcast, Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 8. So let me know what you thought about Rob Beckett's Smart TV episode 7. If you watched it, my review, put both of your thoughts on those in the comments below, as well as anything you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show, a movie suggestion, something related to entertainment, to a book, a comic, or something completely different, like a newspaper or something like that, or an article or news about some program that you want me to talk about as well. So put those in the comments below as well. As remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing the season 1 finale, or the last episode currently, of Rob Beckett's Smart TV, episode 8. So this could be the final ever review for Rob Beckett's Smart TV. It is currently, as of recording, not been renewed for a season 2, so we're not sure yet, which is why there's not a season next to the episode number for that reason. But without further ado, here is the cast list for episode 8 of Rob Beckett's Smart TV. So it stars obviously Rob Beckett, Josh Widdicombe and Alison Hammond, who've been in every single episode, as well as this episode's guests of David Tennant, Roisin Connerty, Lydia West and Sarah Cox. This episode was released on the 18th of April 2024. My opinion of this episode is I loved the opening round, I liked the showdown round, and I enjoyed the final round. But without further ado, here's my review of Rob Beckett's Smart TV, episode 8. We have the title sequence, and Rob introduces this episode's teams. David talks about Doctor Who. Sarah reveals that she had a crush on David's father-in-law, Peter Davison. Alison also mentions her crush on David Hasselhoff. Roisin talks about her teenage crushes, as does Lydia. Rob also shares his teenage crush. Alison's team get the first question correct. Alison's team choose to answer questions on Game of Thrones. Rob explains the premise of Game of Thrones. Alison expresses her opinion on the final episode of Game of Thrones. Roisin points out flaws in Rob's presenting. Alison's team get their first Game of Thrones question correct. Sarah, Alison and Roisin Connerty. Roisin attempt to perform some animal impressions. Alison's team get their second Game of Thrones question incorrect. David wins a point for his team by eating part of an animal's heart. Rob explains the plot of Bargain Hunt. Josh's team get their first bargain hunt question incorrect. Josh's team get their second bargain hunt question incorrect. In the next round, the teams have to guess the potential actors from 2 possible options. Lydia struggles to understand this round's concepts. Josh's team get this question correct. Alison's team get this question incorrect. In the next round, David takes on Josh's team with all the questions being classic Doctor Who questions. David wins the round. The final round features a selection of quickfire questions, and this episode's winners are Alison's team. So yes, that is not just my review for episode 8 of Rob Beckett's Smart TV, but that's it for reviews for Rob Beckett's Smart TV. So next time on the Everything Podcast, I'll be reviewing Doctor Who Rogue, and as a little teaser, here is the Doctor Who Season 1 trailer.
Give me the loving! Where did he come from?
I don't know, he sort of popped up at the right moment. And then he spoke about time travel.
Ruby, you want to know my secret? I have the whole universe at my fingertips. And I'm all on my own. I'd love it if you came with me.
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor. That may change me. It's called the TARDIS. It's a time and space machine.
Is it safe?
No idea.
What if I change history by stepping on a butterfly?
Well, that's not gonna happen, is it? Oh!
What's wrong?
With all my adventures, never seen anything like this before.
Oh my, Bridgerton! This place is completely mad. Things seem to be turning more and more supernatural. Is that a monster?
No, don't be silly. There's no such thing as monsters. They're just creatures you haven't met yet. There are powers beyond the universe, so vast. The whole world could slide into the pit. Is this what we're trying to stop?
I'm still her mum. I need to know she'll be okay. You'll keep her safe?
I will keep us safe. I promise.
It's taken me all this time to realize what I'm here to do. I'm gonna save the world.
Everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
That was the Doctor Who Season 1 trailer. So as I mentioned before the trailer, in the next episode I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who Season 1 Episode 6, titled Row. But let me know what you thought about Rob Beckett's Smart TV Episode 8 if you watched it, my review if you didn't, and you can put both of your thoughts on those in the comments below, as well with anything else you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show or a movie suggestion, or it could be something completely different, a book, a comic, a newspaper, an article, news on your favourite TV show or casting news or anything like that. Put those in the comments below as well. And remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.